46 was my phone. See what I'm saying here? As Lord of the Rings is more focused on world building and details and the plot, obviously, less on character development, as J.R.R. Tolkien didn't develop his characters that well. Like, the character of Boromir wasn't developed that well. The only character who's developed pretty well is, like, Frodo. Frodo and them, they're pretty well developed. But yeah, the character of Boromir wasn't well developed. You know what I'm saying? And his characters feel dull. So Lord of the Rings is more focused on world building and details, plot, less on character development. Last Hope for Xanus is more focused on character development and plot, less on world building and details. Hence, that's show, obviously. Whereas Lord of the Rings is more tell. Lord of the Rings is more tell. Xanus is more show. If you focus more on the characters and the plot, that's show. That's show, obviously. Whereas if you focus more on world building and details, it's tell. Obviously. Hence, me and J.R.R. Tolkien and me, we have different writing styles, obviously. So Lord of the Rings is more focused on world building and details, plot, less on character development. Last Hope for Xanus is more focused on character development and plot, less on world building and details. Hence, it's show, obviously. I give vague details and descriptions in my book about the lands and details, obviously. Whereas I focus more on what's going on with the characters. Hence, I'm showing off. It's show. Whereas J.R.R. Tolkien is more focused on telling. J.R.R. Tolkien has a lot of info dumps. So much information you can't even remember half the stuff he said, because it's just so rich with his rolling is so rich and in depth. It's crazy, man. Hence why, even though Peter Jackson followed 70% should follow 20% of the book, I now understand why he followed 20% of the book, because there's so much going on in the book. It's crazy. But I still believe he should have followed 70% of the book. He only followed 20% of the book. But the movie adaptation was amazing. So J.R.R. Tolkien is more tell. He has a lot of info dumps, so much you forget a lot of Land's characters, and that can be boring. Hence why Last Hope for Xanus is a better book than Lord of the Rings. As Lord of the Rings, no offense, it's a pretty boring book. Even though the book is amazing, a lot of sections of the book are boring. Sometimes I have to force myself to read an extra 10 pages because J.R.R. Tolkien drags on with what? He drags on with his details. To all you guys who haven't read the books, I recommend you buy the book. I bought my series on Amazon for like $40. I recommend you go on Amazon or go to a library or bookstore. You buy the series. But I'm just saying, if you read the book and you watch the movies, if you're expecting the movies to be faithful to the book, you're going to be disappointed. As Peter Jackson only followed like 20 to 70% of J.R.R. Tolkien's book. There's like an 80% difference when you read the book and you watch the movies. So even though the Lord of the Rings movies were amazing, the only flaw was that they only followed like 17-20% of the book. As the book is a lot different than the movie, man. A lot of characters and dialogue is just cut out, man. Right, a lot of characters and dialogue is just cut out. To end it off on my book, now move on to the box office. I'll say this, okay? Right? The world building and details in what? In the Lord of the Rings books, obviously. Or the Rings books is amazing, obviously. It's fucking amazing. But the character development, not so much. I don't mean to be rude. J.R.R. Tolkien is a master of world building, but when it comes to characters, that's not his best strength, obviously. So the world building and details in the Lord of the Rings book is amazing, but the character development, not so much. As the characters in what? In the book feel what? They feel dull and vague. They feel dull and vague. See what I'm saying here? Just like for my book's the opposite. The characters jump out on the page, they feel so real, but my world building feels dull and vague because I give very little descriptions. So me and J.R.R. Tolkien are the opposite in the way we write, obviously. We're opposites, obviously. Me and J.R.R. Tolkien, right? So Ivan O'Mara. Give me a second, I'm gonna shut the phone off here.